I love basketball in general. I have my whole life. I just love the game, and I love what happens when a team actually becomes a team and kind of plays in flow and in symphony. I love that, and I love athletes in general. I just being around young athletes that are driven and motivated and have a work ethic and a passion. Those things are fun, and I also love high-level competition. I love it when the stakes are big and you get all those juices flowing, and even the sleepless nights. It's all good. You feel alive. So to me, there's an awful lot to love about being in this profession.
It's just the next step in the evolution of basketball. You go from a player being competitive. You got to have something to fill that void. I worked on Wall Street. That was pretty exciting for a number of years. But coaching, matching wits, more like a chess game, and you have your players, do your bidding for you, and have an opportunity to, try and help players, get to the next level, teach them the things that they're going to need, the tools they're going to need to, play at a professional level.
Well, I think for all of us who are in coaching, if you said, would you rather play or coach, I'd rather play. But I can't play anymore, so coaching and getting that competitive fix is what we all need. You're buoyed by the competition piece, that you can put your team together and play against all these other teams that are out there that are put together by some really, really good coaches, and that competitive spirit is probably as much fun as it is. And then watching these guys come together and accomplishing something it's awesome to see their faces when they get that success going on.
Well, I'm a junkie. I grew up around the game. My dad's a coach. Ever since I could walk, I was around the game of basketball, in a gym, my dad's practices, playing the game. Obviously, I played it, now I coach it. It's just something that's in our family blood, and I was almost bred at an early age to be a coach. So many things I love it, but the most important thing, I love being around and the interaction with the kids.
The kids, the players, the atmosphere. It's a genuine amateur student athletes that are there to get an education. That was critical to me. I was a college player and from a family of 17, so I was very blessed to get an athletic scholarship, and getting an education was the most important thing that my parents and my dad especially told me I needed to do. So I've always wanted to give back, and always having coached high school basketball and was a teacher from a long line of teachers in my family. I just felt like it was the best atmosphere to raise my family, my boys in, and I think it was very beneficial to them as well, since they all ended up playing college basketball and coaching at the college level.
Obviously, the love of the game, something you grow up around, and it's in your blood. So I think, sometimes you forget that until you get back and practice really starts every fall. That's the most exciting time. When that practice starts back up and you're in that gym, and then the second thing comes in where you're trying to help kids chase their dreams, and you can envision what a guy needs to do to really become his best self as a player. And that's your goal as a coach, to try to get a guy to realize his potential and get to the point where he can be a professional and help these kids chase their dream. The beauty of college basketball is you got fresh blood, you got new freshmen every year, and you can look at the senior and smile because you remember when he was a freshman. And then that brings you to the last part of the relationships that you build with your players over time. You go through so much together, and it's so emotional because you both put so much into it that you become close, and trying to help those guys move on into becoming men is probably the most fulfilling part of coaching by far.